Hey guys, it's Spacey Sins, and we are back with more Lover Pretend. Good lord, I'm like, we're doing with the thing and the something. Anyway, we are continuing Sano's route, but we haven't quite gotten into his route yet. We're still in the common path, and I think we can, start skipping. Now we're having dinner. We just had the conversation with him at the end of the last part, like, right before dinner, and then he dragged us. Go back to cooking, and now we're here. So, anyway, gonna keep skipping this, and our first save file for Yukito is going to be right before our first pretend time in his chapter. So what I'll do is probably after we make the choice that's before it. There's like in the guide it shows. We're gonna ask him to go to the festival. Anyway, like right after the choice, like when that scene, I'll save, because it shows the two choices and then it says save before the pretend time, so that we can skip them this time instead of like the last time. Like, I don't know, that's just weird to me, but whatever. Anyway, what did we say? I should ask Yukito. If he's chosen for the lead role, I'll be able to talk to him more on set. But if he isn't, I might never get another chance. Right, this could be the last time. I might never see Yukito Sena again. Famous last words. How strange. He always makes a move on me whenever I see him, and I just can't deal with the whole Playboy act. Yet the thought of never seeing him again actually hurts. We should at least swap contact info before tomorrow. Emotions I had yet to comprehend stewed in my chest. It's one of those, like, you don't want to like the Playboy, but somehow you do. You're like... Even in this case, like, we know a little bit a different side of him. We know a little bit deeper. Not quite, but we know, like, we're ankle deep in the pool. Everybody else is, like, walking across the surface like they're Jesus, right? They don't go in the pool at all. They don't even know there is a pool, right? And then we're, like, ankle deep in the Yukito pool. We're like, there's a little bit more to him than just that surface, right? But... So I think there's a little bit of that, but it's also the, like, I don't think we want to admit that the Playboy act is working on us a little bit, because you're like, whatever, I know this is just a bunch of bullshit. But, like, I still kind of like it. Wait, what? You know what I mean? I don't think she realizes that, but it'd be the same thing for anybody. You're like, yeah, right, that's a load of crap. But then it's someone, like, really attractive doing that, and you're like, yeah, I know he's full of shit, but I'm not gonna say I hate it. I know it's a bunch of lies, but it feels nice, so, like, I'm just gonna... Damn it! What the hell? Anyway. With swift steps, I left the lodge to find him. Wow. No surprise there. I'll leave the rest to you, big guy. Make sure you get all my luggage. Yeah, I know. Good lord, I just got here and you're already ordering me around. What would you like to do now, Yukito? Could go grab dinner first. Oh, no, I've got plans already. And I should say goodbye to the director. Will you be fine by yourself? Don't offend him, you hear me? Man, you don't trust me at all. Don't worry, I know. Oh. Well, if it isn't Spacey. Good work today. Yeah, same to you. I cut Sana off with a sharp nod. Thanks for all your help with the short film. My amateur script wouldn't have turned out nearly as well as it did without your acting. I think it's funny that we just interrupted him like we're trying to get away from him, but we're going to ask him to go to the festival. I'm not sure how else I can express my gratitude. Oh, don't get all humble on me now. I did it for myself, you know. If you really want to thank me, how about a kiss on the cheek? Not even if you get on your knees and beg. We just cannot help interrupting this man. We're parting ways tomorrow, possibly for good, and he's still like this. The guy never changes. Also, I heard a commotion from your room earlier. Did something happen? Oh, didn't I tell you? I'm leaving tonight, so I need to get my luggage shipped out. What? I had no idea. I assumed we'd at least have until tomorrow morning to talk. Paying no heed to my inner turmoil, Sana shrugged, because he has no idea that you have inner turmoil. So, Spacey, I actually... Yukito, you still haven't gone to see the director. I've loaded up all your luggage. We can leave whenever you're ready. Oh. Okay, I gotcha. I'll be there once I'm done with the other stuff. Say something, girl, you're out of time! Hey! Panicking, I blurted out an invitation before I had time to think. There's a festival near the campground tonight. So, do you want to go with me? Huh? I'm sorry. Huh? When multiple people talk, you have to valley girl it. Who are you exactly? I'm Ueda, a member of the crew. The screenwriter's assistant, actually. Oh, okay. It's nice to meet you. Sorry to say, but Yukito has a talk show appearance tomorrow morning. And, well, even though it's nighttime, there'll be plenty of people around, and he stands out in a crowd. So I'll have to ask that you refrain from... Right, of course. It was a weird request anyway. Sorry, excuse me. What? I ran away, suddenly feeling ashamed of myself. Aww. It's like he was gonna ask us something, and then we just interrupted him, and then, like, we run away when he's trying to talk. Like, it's so cute. Toast side. Hey, buddy. Yes? What? Sorry, but I'll head over to the talk show tomorrow morning. You can go on ahead of me. Pardon? I like how he calls him Buddy. The manager doesn't even have a name. Later! Huh? Wait! That may have been my last chance, but I can't believe I said that in front of his manager. Hey, Spacey. Whoa! What are you doing here? Well, aren't we going to the festival? But I thought... Santa flashed me a grin and took my hand. Let's go, Spacey. Hold on tight. We're gonna get a festival, CG. The two of us walked down the dimly lit forest path. Are you okay? It's really dark. Should I carry you like a princess? No thanks. You can let go of my hand, too. No can do. Who wouldn't want you to trip? We're holding hands with him. This is so cute. Oh my god, we're like married now. The scenery, illuminated by countless paper lanterns, felt mystical and exciting. I do like that we go to the festival with just like whoever's path we're basically on. This is your indication of like, this is whose path you're on now, bitch. Too late, you know? Also, the same thing with dinner, that kind of indicates too, you know what I mean? Like, all of it, when you're cooking dinner, whoever pops up, that's whose path you're on, and then this is just like the 100%. Well, you know, whose path you're going to. Looks like we made it. Wow, so pretty. I bet you're prettier. A pickup line like that would normally work great, but... Yeah, you're right. Everyone's having a great time. We stepped forward, side by side, and the festive atmosphere pulled us in. Amid the jubilant drum beats thumping in our ears, I came back to my senses. Good lord. Hey, Sena? Your manager said you have a job tomorrow morning. Was it really okay for you to leave him? Instead of being like, no, we can't go, it's like you were like, alright, you're just whisked away. I mean, you didn't really have time to think, he grabbed you and ran, but you were literally whisked away, and that's so cute. Oh, it'll be fine. If I leave first thing in the morning, stop by my place to shower and change, I'll have plenty of time. Oh, look, they've got candy apples. I'll buy some for us. Or we could pray at the shrine first. You know, to make sure our destinies are intertwined. Wait a second, I completely forgot. You're famous, so if you hang around too long, your fans might find you. I always welcome cute girls, but that would get in the way of our date. Oh, I know. He's gonna buy a mask. Zena slipped over to one of the stalls. Hey, mister, can we have one? This one would be good. Here you go, handsome fella. Bringing back a souvenir? I know, I'm gonna wear it. Haha, nice. That'll be 800 yen. Zena exchanged a few words with the man at the stall, then returned with a smile. This should be okay, right? You look like a daytime TV superhero wearing that mask. Still, it's a bummer I can't look good for you on our date. Let's buy some stuff to eat and go to a nice quiet spot away from all these people. Okay. I'm assuming it's just like a mask that covers his eyes, but I really hope in the CG, like, I kind of want him to be wearing it, but at the same time, it'd be cuter if it was, like, similar to Harumi's, where it's, like, off to the side, you know? The masked Santa and I visited a few more stalls, buying whatever food piqued our interest. In the end, the only place we felt safe enough to settle down was back at the campground. Are you sure it's okay for you to be here? I said it'll be fine. I always show up for work no matter how hard I partied the night before. And that's the Yukito brand. As long as I get enough sleep tonight, I'm good. After all, you asked me out on a date, and that's way more important to me. You keep throwing the word date around? Isn't that what this is? You asked me out, and so passionately, too. I always thought you didn't like me. How could I say no? I never really thought about it since I was so desperate to stop him from leaving. There's no two ways about it, though. This is totally a date! Oh, no. I never get tired of watching you, Spacey. He says that, but, like, the look on his face is, like, the endearing look and not his, like, literal, like, smirky where you're like, yeah, okay, bullshit. You're like, I actually believe you. I mean, like, we're gonna fall in love with the man, but that doesn't mean that right now he's not just playing around with us, you know? Did you go through all that trouble to ask me out for some other reason? I hate to admit it, but yes. It's no skin off my back, but if it'd been some other guy, he definitely would have gotten the wrong idea. I don't want to hear it from you. Fair enough. So if this isn't a date, then why all the fuss? I wanted to talk to you before you left. Really? What a coincidence. I was actually about to go look for you earlier, too. Huh? You were? I should get to the point. Let Santa talk. Get to the point. Okay. If I drag this out, it'll be even harder to say. You got this. Tell him already! I decided to broach the topic, choosing my words carefully. I've said this before, and I think you're aware, so forgive me for repeating myself. At first I had a hard time being around you. Actually, I still do. If you start with that, even I'm gonna feel hurt. I'm getting to the point. While it was difficult to talk to you, we became friendlier as I spent more time around you at the camp. And now that you're leaving, I'm kinda sad. So, would you mind if we added each other on Ring? This is like almost like confessing that we kind of have a crush on him, but we don't really know it's a crush. This is like a slight shock face. He's like, eh? What now? What's so funny? Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. You set up the mood like you were gonna ask me out, that's all. I was being serious. And people normally swap numbers on day one, whether they end up as friends or not, don't they? I'm not used to doing things that way. Well, it's very you. As it so happens, I was going to ask you the exact same thing. Really? I didn't expect us to be on the exact same wavelength. Yeah, it's a shocker for me, too. What a pleasant surprise. And that means we're attracted to each other, right? I'm not so sure about that. We're clearly both drawn to each other like magnets, so it's true in that sense, no? I'll allow it. Just this once. We both chuckled and looked up at the sky. Sana's words were bewildering and flippant as always. But this time, oddly enough, I found comfort in them. Just then... Oh, the fireworks. Oh, look, we get to see the fireworks! Maybe because we're not getting a CG at the festival? I was hoping we get a CG with his little festival mask on, but we're like back at camp. Doesn't mean we're not getting a CG, but still. I like the fireworks. It's cool. It's fun. Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. I'll be back. You guys have fun. I'm kidding. I didn't go anywhere. Do they repeat? Yeah, I think they do repeat, so it's just like a cycle, but it's like so cool. Anyway. Oh. Flowers bloomed with a boom in the summer sky, lighting up the night. Look, Sana! Fireworks! Yeah. I never imagined I'd get to watch them from here. We've made another nice summer memory. We sure have. Summer's almost over now, though. Makes you sad, too, huh? Does. I'm glad we got to exchange our info, but this will be our last time meeting up. Who knows what'll... Okay, stop right there. Oh, hi. Did he just shove a candy apple? Look how tiny that candy apple is. It's like a bite-sized apple. Candy apple? He just stuffed that right in our mouth. Look at his face, though. It's so beautiful. Like, okay, she looks super fucking cute in this CG, too. Because, like, you know, the giant eyes work really well here. Like, not just for the shock, but, like, they don't overtake her face. You know what I mean? But then, like, he's, like, sexy and pretty, but also, like, dangerous looking. There is something about that look that is, like, if someone was gonna stab us, I'd suspect him. You know what I mean? There is just something in the eyes that's, like, devious, like to stab you. You know what I mean? Anyway. When I see lips saying such sad things, I seal them up like this. I'm gonna assume you probably seal them up with your own lips, not with candy apples, but that would have been appropriate right now, so good job, boy. I knew you'd get mad if I kissed you, so I got the apple instead. So you get the apple instead. Wow, alright, I know him a little too well already, and that's just, I mean, I guess it's not unexpected, so. Okay. I'm about to get really mad about this, too. You're not allowed to be a downer right now. We've got these pretty fireworks, delicious festival food, and most of all, I'm here with you. Or I'm here with you. I'm not sure how you'd say it's different connotation depending on the accentuation. You wouldn't want to waste this incredible scene by saying something like that, would you? I feel like that would have been more like, I'm here with you. No. Good answer. Our relationship isn't ending with this camp. And plus, it's me we're talking about. I'm pretty sure I'll land the role. Confident, aren't you? If I do, I'll get to see you again. That's a big if. Besides, you say the funniest things sometimes, and of course I could use the excitement. Huh? How do I put this? It makes me feel like it's okay to dream a little bigger. Oh. And you're always saying you hate me or that you can't handle me. But you only scold me about every little thing because you care, right? I realize that you look out for me more than you look out for yourself. I didn't think there was anyone like that besides my manager, and it's his job to do that. Gosh, Sena. I studied his face, illuminated by the bursts of colorful fireworks. This is actually kind of, like, super touching and adorable. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, okay, like, so far, we haven't even gotten into his route, but I'm also here for this. I like the pretty flirty playboys a lot of the time. So, like, I was definitely gonna be into the character, but, like, I really like the fact that he's just kind of being honest right here. Like, you say some funny things and you say all this, and, like, you know what I mean? And, like, he's not just, like, kind of hiding it and trying to play. He's just being straight out with it. And I kind of like that, like, straight honesty from him, while still being a little flirty and playful, you know what I mean? All the while, I quietly savored the sweet candy apple rolling around in my mouth. Later. Okay, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, is this? Yeah, okay. So now we're saying goodbye to the camp. Oh, we talked about our father with everybody, and that's when, like, and I ruined my dreams. I'm not your dad, dude. Oh, man. I don't know when I'll get to see Sena again. Alright. I approached one of the remaining crew members. Excuse me, have you seen Yukito Sena around? He left this morning. I think he had a job to go to. Oh, right. I was hoping he'd at least say goodbye. It's not like I'm disappointed. Yes, you are. But for some reason, I just... Heyo! He said, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm in love with him already. He sent me an owl sticker. Like, hello. Hey there, Spacey. The feeling's sad that I left you all alone. Who's sad? Not me. Sorry, I was just talking to myself. I'm lonely, you know. What? These last 2 weeks have been so busy, I never got to kick back. But now that I'm alone, I think I miss it. I think it's hilarious that his picture is a fucking green cocktail. Well, I'm sure to land the part, so we'll see each other again soon. I can totally imagine his expression while he typed that. Girl, she is totally into him already and she doesn't even realize it. He has swooned you. I stared at my phone, thinking of a response. Ooh, he looks really good in this thing. This panel. And it's funny because they like hide one of his eyes. Okay, so now we're full up into chapter 4, so no more skipping! The audition camp ended, and it had been a week since I'd returned to a slightly quieter life. I would assume not. Yeah, okay. I continued helping out as Professor Asagi's assistant, and today I was delivering some documents to a TV station, similar to what happened in Cosmo's room. Professor Asagi should show up if I wait here. While I waited, I peered at my surroundings with great curiosity. I'd be staring at that Pio Fiore poster myself. And I wish I could see what the other ones were. And cut! And cut. Whoa. Oh, goodness. It hasn't even been that long, but I'm already getting nostalgic. Aww. I was immediately brought back to the short film we'd made as the final test of our skills at the audition camp. Look at that. Look at everybody so cute. Look at Riko's adorable face. Look at us and almost all of our boyfriends. We're missing Asagi, but that's fine. It's still adorable. Okay, I think that Yukito and Kazuma should have their arm around him and he should be like right in between those two. There you go. Perfect. Sure, it had been intended as an assessment, but even so, it resonated deep in my heart. I was so overcome with emotion I couldn't breathe. Seeing them bring my script to life like that. Makino directed it. Kazuma gave it vibrance and color with his hair and makeup skills. Seina, Nishijima, and the other actors stepped inside the characters and imbued them with warmth. As the directors, stylists, and actors, they had to find a way to draw people into the story on the page. Together, they worked tirelessly in pursuit of that goal. Since I'd been in the same boat, working alongside them, I'd started to understand them a little more. At least I thought so. I've run into both Makino and Kazuma at work since the camp ended. However, I hadn't seen the ever-popular Nishijima or top model Seina at all since then. I'm sure I'll see Nishijima again as part of the cast. What about Seina, though? We'd exchanged ring IDs, but I hadn't sent him any messages since I wasn't sure what to talk about. I try to answer when he texts me, but he seems so busy, and the conversations die off right away. With us being on friendly terms, there was one thing I wanted to discuss with him. Is your dad my dad? Just kidding. If you ask me, I think that producer Seina is more suspicious. Seina, huh? It's hard to deny that. That was almost Riku's voice. I don't know what's happening. I wanted to ask him about his father. Judging by the circumstances and rumors, Seina's father is the most likely candidate to be my father. Oh, that is so weird. It's just weird. Because, like, I know that she's, like, thinking that, but, like, deep down inside, you're kind of attracted to him. And, like, I don't think she realizes that. But, like, why do I feel lonely without him? It's like, it takes a while sometimes when you're derpy like me and her. Or, like, you know, I mean, sometimes your feelings start to develop and and you're like, oh, I think I'm starting to fall for them. But when you're a complete moron, like her and like me, I'm not making fun of her, like, literally, this is me. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, shit, that's what it was. You know what I mean? Like, you're just clueless. So, like, and she's never experienced romantic feelings, so, like, she wouldn't know that either, you know? So, like, she's like, oh, why do I feel lonely? We get along, and it's like, yeah, but you're starting to feel something, and then, like, it's gonna be weirder if you realize that you're feeling something, and then you think he might be your brother. Listen, this game is not the one that's gonna commit to that, is all I'm saying. Still, if it wasn't exactly a topic I could bring up, in casual conversation, I swear I can read. But at this rate, I'll never... Look, can't you just give up on me already? Seriously, I don't know. Oh, that was Seina. Okay. Huh? Was that Seina? I should have known. It's kind of weird when they do that. They're like, oh, let's just make it a secret, like you don't know who it is. And it's like, but if you're playing with the voice acting on, you'd know the voice. But anyway. It couldn't be. Mind full of questions, I walked toward the source of the voice. When I turned the corner... Oh, who's this? Oh, wait, is she the other girl that was in the intro? Oh my god, seriously, we don't have to have, like, a love rival. Look at her outfit, though. It's so fucking cute. Oh, it is Sena. He's with a girl? I refuse to believe that! Kirari? I know you way better than anyone else, Sena! Famous gravure idol? She's an idol. Couldn't take it. Went by too fast for me to read what that was, but anyway. There's no girl out there better for you than me, Kirari! Would you? I mean, okay. Alright. Let's just say you're actually gonna say, there's no girl out there better for you than me. Okay, fine. But do you really go, there's no girl out there better for you than me, Spacey? He knows who you are. You don't have to put your name in there. I feel like that's a way for us to know who but it said her name, it sounded like her name was Kirari. Kirari, is she one of his model friends? She's so cute. She really is adorable. Her feisty demeanor clashed with her looks. Oh, I see. He's being called out. I'm telling you, it's not like that. You don't have to compete with any... Oh. Crap, he noticed me. I hate to waste this opportunity, but I should really get going. I turned up my heel to make a swift exit. Oh my god. He just hugged me. I love this. She looks so shocked and he's so happy. Look at the CG. Hey, babe. You kept me waiting, Spacey. Huh? He's hugging me. I knew you like to play hard to get, so I was worried you wouldn't show up. But thanks. I love ya. What is going on? I mean, I kind of figured with Sena would be pretending to be his girlfriend for like a rabid fan or something like that, but in this case, it's this idol girl who's just trying to hop in his dick, and he's like, yeah, no, not into it. Just interesting. I mean, good for you, Sena, because I feel like if you were like a hot model guy, and like there was these pretty girls throwing themselves, you'd be just like, like, not gonna date you. You know what? That's extremely sexist of me to say things like that, because like not everybody's like that, but I feel like more men than women are like that, but women could also be the same way, like, and just because you're a hot, sexy celebrity doesn't mean you want to stick it to every single person that wants to jump on you, so fair enough. I think it's just because, like, I'm used to being like, I don't really care if people, I just stay away from me, don't touch me, but like, unless like, we've bonded, then maybe. But like, so to me, normally sexual people seem overtly, like, overly sexual to me. I'm like, this is just, keep it in your pants. So like, my expectation is that everyone's just gonna be like, in the normal to hypersexual range and not ever on the like, nah, I like to save it type of a range, you know, in the more on the ace end of the spectrum like I am, so like, anyway. But again, he's like a playboy. But then again, that is just a persona he puts on, so maybe he just, he likes people thinking he's a playboy, but then they're like, he's a playboy and he like flirts with everyone, but has anybody actually dated him? And all of the freaking idol girls and model girls around him are like, no. Huh. Doesn't mean he doesn't make out with random girls. You don't know, because he said when he was going to shut us up, he's like, normally I do it with a kiss, but I didn't think you'd appreciate it. Well, he just said I didn't think you'd appreciate me kissing you. He didn't say he normally does that. So, throwing that out there. Who is that, Sena? Oh, and this is the girl I told you about. Is she Spacey? My super adorable girlfriend. Huh? What the? Isn't that right? No? I don't know what's going on, but Kirari is staring daggers at me. This girl's gonna stab me. He's gonna get me stabbed. You're so shy, but I love that about you. You're lying! No, I'm not. I just told you earlier that I can't date you because I already have a girlfriend, and I love her. Girlfriend? I can't date you. I see where this is going. In other words, I was being dragged into a whole lot of trouble. She's such a good girl, too. If you ask me, I don't deserve her. I'm always the one chasing her, and this is the first time she's asked me out herself. And that's just how serious I am about her. Kunari's hands were clenched into fists. I do have to say the cliche here is going to be the, like, I wouldn't say, like, evil ex-girlfriend, but it's going to be this evil other girl that we have to fight to keep our man away from. Like, we all have to fight over a man, sweetie. You know what I mean? And, like, in Harumi's route, it was more like, okay, all these girls fawn over him, but he was hiding his anime hobby. So the girls were kind of douchey, but they came around in the end and were like, oh, okay, maybe anime's not so bad. And like, girl, you shouldn't be getting into anime just because a boy is. But whatever. If you end up truly liking it, cool, good. And anime's better than that boy. But you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, alright, so they were kind of douchey and had attitude, but not in the way they normally do it like this, where it's like, now there's this girl and she's gonna be a vindictive bitch and it's woman against woman and we've got this evil side girl over here who's trying to take our man away from us and is like a whore. You know what I mean? Like, you know? I don't know. I can see, I know that there's a lot of people that get really annoyed by that, and I don't particularly love it, but the rival trope is a trope for a reason, you know what I mean? It's just, they always make the girls, like, frigid, nasty douchebag, instead of like, oh, okay, we're having a rival, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, when they write a young adult fiction or whatever, and it's the girl, and there's a love triangle, they don't, I mean, everybody in that situation, they're always douchebags, but, like, whatever, because, you know. But, like, I don't think they make them quite as bad, like, as they usually do make the female characters when it's a girl against a girl. Then there's always one that's like, I'm the sweet, innocent, perfect girl and I never do anything wrong and I'm wonderful and amazing! And then the other girl's the vindictive, evil psycho bitch. Well, look at all the fairy tales you have. The wonderful princess and the evil witch, right? It's never like two girls who are like, both have good things about them, but are both being a little bit of a bitch to the other one. And this is the same way it's going to be like this. We're wonderful and perfect, and we're great, and we're going to try to be nice to her, but she's going to be an evil bitch. That's, I think, what bugs people. Because, like, when it's two guys, they're both douchey, but also good at the same time. They're rounded out characters. But when it's women, it's one is good and wonderful, and the other one is evil, bad. And it's like, poor Kirari. You know what I mean? She's just trying to hop on Sena. She's trying to hop on the Sena train. Woo woo, you know what I mean? She's not an evil bitch. And we're not all perfect. But that's the way it always plays out, so. Not a huge fan, but like, fine, whatever. It is what it is. Kunari's hands were clenched into fists. Actually, Oh, you're tired because you rushed over here. Well, let's go take a break then. No, No, I'm such a lucky guy to have my beloved come see me at work. Come on now, later, Kirari, and that's how it is. Sena turned his back to Kirari and guided me away with his arm around my shoulder. Sena! Shh! Just play along. This freaking guy! Let me go! Once we were alone on the rooftop terrace, I swatted Sena's hand away. I can't believe you hugged me the second our eyes met and called me your girlfriend! Stop dragging me into your messes! This was like the first time, but... Sorry. You really saved my ass back there, though. Thanks. Thanks? You just grabbed me with no explanation whatsoever, going on about how you, love me and whatever. Besides, didn't that girl just confess to you? That's the fate of a popular guy. And this time there was more pushback than normal. Wait, pushback? What on earth is he talking about? Is he seriously not going to explain anything? While I scowled at Sena, he leisurely looked at his phone. Oh, sorry. My good old manager's calling. I gotta get to my next gig. Would love to get together sometime, though. No, thank you. You always make the best faces. I love that about you. Very Buddha-esque. There's optimism, and then there's this. Ah, you gave me a good laugh. All right, he's really gonna get mad at me, so I gotta bounce. Well, let me buy you a meal next time as thanks. Later! Jeez! Of course he had to hit on me at the end, too. It's as natural as breathing for him. I do love the fact that she's like, I kind of miss him. And then he pulls this shit and she's like, God, why do I deal with this bastard? And then the next time we get like a little bit further into the pool, like half deep into the pool, and we're like, you know what, maybe he's not so bad. And then he pulls this shit and then we're like, you know what I mean? It's a two steps forward, one step back type of thing. You know what I mean? A meal with Yukito, though, I had mixed feelings about being alone with him. If we went through with it, though, it could be a good chance to casually bring up his father in conversation. And then she's just got this, like, one-track mind. But to Sena, asking someone out is the same as saying hello or goodbye. I'll wait and keep my expectations low. I thought he was going to start saying we have to pretend, like, I thought that was going to be the start of our thing. Not our pretend time, because we have choices before that, but, like, I was like, oh, this is where it's going to be. You have to pretend to be my girlfriend now. The next day, I was having a meeting with Makino to discuss the location scouting that Professor Asagi had tasked us with. I've looked up a few places already. Thank you for doing that. Oh, this one looks good. Yeah, but it's a little far. I have other obligations right now. In that case, I'll go take pictures. You've done plenty. I'd appreciate that. Sorry for the trouble. Harumi, you're adorable and I love you, but I cannot get over adult Harumi. I can't. I can't get over, like, 25-year-old Harumi, where it's like, Jesus. Still too young for me, but whatever. Well, yeah. We continued to chat over some paperwork. Once the matters at hand were settled, the conversation slowed to a halt. My busyness here is done, but I feel awkward just saying goodbye. I should bring up something we have in common. By the way, I ran into Sena for the first time in a while yesterday. Sena, huh? Yeah, Professor Asagi sent me to the TV station on an errand, and I ran into him by coincidence. He hasn't changed a bit. I wouldn't really expect him to. Right. But even Makino's attitude toward him changed by the end of the camp. He was somewhat edge around Sena at first. Was it because Sena's acting had resonated with him somehow? Hey, Makino? Yes? From your point of view, what kind of person is Sena? Kind of person? Looking puzzled, Makino contemplated it for a moment. Well, unlike me, he's monstrously good at socializing with people. Yep, he really does seem to hit it off with anyone right away. Also, it felt like he was always teasing me. Also true. He's always going, Harumi, Harumi, like I'm a kid. He talks to Kazuma like that too, so he's probably just being friendly? Nope, he's definitely teasing me. I admit I'm grateful to him for helping me out when I lost my composure. I have thought he was pretty perceptive. He quickly struck a rapport with the crew, and when I tried to investigate him, it felt more like he was the one doing the prying. Speaking of, when they announced that you and I would be making the short film, Sena pretty much persuaded our team that we could do it. The short film, huh? For that, I think he was more serious about his acting than anyone else there. You're right. When I saw him act, I felt like I could understand how he charms the ladies. I'm not a fan of how gossip follows him everywhere. But it actually makes sense why women are attracted to men like Sena, you know? Men like Sena, a famous, popular, and successful model who has great communication skills and will always help those in need. He may appear to be a playboy, but he's serious about his work. Women often find that dichotomy attractive. I contemplated Makino's words for a bit. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe. Ooh, we just got points! I love how the little, when we're not talking to the character, it pops up on the side with a little chibi. Wait, if you're suddenly asking about Sena, don't tell me you... Oh, no! I was just saying what everyone thinks! The girls at my school are always gushing about how cool and brilliant he is. I hear it all the time. Right. I just didn't expect it from you. In fact, I'm less dazzled by Sena than exhausted by trying to keep up with him. I know exactly what you mean. Then again, there were two different Senas, the popular top model Sena, and the Sena I'd actually met and spoken to. If you ask me which one is better, I'd say it's the one I know personally. No. What am I thinking after he played me like a fiddle? As I grimaced and sighed, Makino peered at me with concern. What's wrong? Nothing. I guess I'll just say that even though he teased us, he never really did anything bad. I think he's got a certain humility in that sense. Sana might have acted cocky, but he never hurt anyone. His confidence also helped me more than once at camp. A smile rose to my face as I remembered it. You know, I think you might be... Speak of the devil? Oh, nope, it's Kazuma this time. Ah, there you are. What are you doing here? Hey, Kazuma. Oh, Makeup had a meeting with costume design today, right? Yep, we just wrapped up when I heard your voices. Talking about Sana, right? Mm-hmm. I ran into him by chance yesterday. It's like, every time I think I've figured him out, he shows me another facet of his personality. We were together for 2 weeks at the camp, but I still can't figure out what sort of person he is. So I was asking Makino, what do you think about him, Kazuma? Huh? Putting me on the spot a little. He's interesting, and I can't say I hate him. Do wish he'd stop calling me a loyal dog or a guard dog or whatever. Oh, but... But what? I've been hearing a lot about him during my current job. From the models, I mean. You mean how he's a womanizer? No, actually, you always hear how popular he is with girls and how he'll chase after anyone and everyone. But really, he's good at sensing and avoiding troublemakers, so he stays out of drama. Huh. As if! You'd call yesterday drama-free? Or is that just how it is in showbiz? As much as I wanted to yell it out loud, now's the time for patience. Now's the time for patience. It sounds like I swear I mumbled that. I didn't mean to say now's not, but that's what it came out sounding like because I mumbled. Sorry. Now that you mention it, he's generally a pretty good guy. Yeah, right. I did hear that there's been an especially persistent girl chasing him lately, giving him all sorts of headaches. You sure know a lot. Kamakubo, don't tell me. What are you implying? People love to gossip, okay? They got tons of time when they're getting makeup done, so when they chit-chat, stuff like that just comes up. Right. This girl I heard about, she's Kirari. A gravure? 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 I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, model. You know, swimsuit shoots and whatnot. Maybe she's hard to avoid. Kirari. I know you way better than anyone else, Sana! There's no girl out there better for you than me, Kirari! Love how she fucking says that. It's gotta be her. She was quite the menace. Sana seemed to play it off like normal. Maybe she had him cornered. In that case, maybe I should have kept my cool and let him explain. Well, I thought back to yesterday's incident. Kazuma studied my face. Hey, you need to be careful if you're going to step into this industry. People like Yukito are watched constantly by the media and other women. Anything could spark a rumor. Got it? Oh, I'll be fine. Thanks for worrying, Kazuma. He said that, and now I'm going to get all sorts of rumors sparking because I'm going to pretend to be in a relationship with Sana. Just let me know if anything happens. Anyway, I was in the middle of cleaning up, so I should get back. Good work today. Keep it up! Yeah, see ya. He's warning you to be careful of scandals. And this industry is a frightening place. It is. I nodded in agreement. I mean, think about the scandal of the fact that your mother was a screenwriter and had a baby and we have no idea who your dad is. That's slightly scandalous. It's a very tame scandal, but I'm just saying, I'm assuming. Then my thoughts drifted back to how Sana seemed to have trouble dealing with Kirari. My final precious days of summer break ended and my second semester of college began. Here's your coffee, Professor. Your lecture today was great. Oh, thank you. Professor Asagi brought the cup to his lips and relaxed into his chair. I cannot wait till we get to date the professor. He is like 10 years older than us. It's so awkward. It must be hard when you're already so busy with writing. More or less. But I planned today's lecture far in advance, so I was determined to do it. I see. It's a nice change of pace, speaking to a crowd. Once I get home, I'll be holed up in my office again. Are you, bumping up against some challenges in your writing? Mr. Asagi smiled at my shy question. No, that's just a habit of mine. I tend to isolate myself once I get into it. I suppose it's going as well as can be expected, although there have been other problems. Such as? There's a disagreement over the casting. I still can't decide who the dual leads will be, so it's difficult for me to proceed. Oh, so we're going with the dual leads. We're going to pick 2 of the candidates then. We'll almost certainly pick Nishijima, so they must be stuck on the second actor. Who could it be? While I mulled it over, Professor Asagi laughed. This little chat's strictly off the record, alright? Off the record, a phrase indicating that what follows is said in confidence and not for publication. Yes, of course. Actually, the director's already made his casting preferences known. The first lead is Riku Nishijima, and the other is Yukito Seina. Huh. Casting's still in the discussion stage. We're assigning roles in a way that'll stir up surprise or intrigue. The director thought especially highly of Seina's casting and performance in the short film assessment. Wow, our short film? Naturally, Seina's acting skills in our project had caught the director's eye. I'm happy to have been even a small part of it. Oh, so there's still disagreement over casting him as the second lead? Yes, our sponsors take issue with it. They've accepted Nishijima unconditionally, but they don't approve of Seina. Oh my god, okay. They don't approve of him because they think he's a womanizer, and then he needs us to pretend to be his girlfriend to keep Hirari off his back, but then also keep the role, and like, that's where this is coming in. Actually, you know what? If that's the way they go, I thought it was just going to be, to keep that girl off his back, and I was like, great, we're going to be doing this, like, keeping away from the evil villain girl, whatever. But if they kind of throw this in as another curveball, like, both reasons, I'm behind it. I like that. Like, you know, give us multiple reasons. And like all the other routes, it's like, they just cast him anyway. But in this one, it would make sense if that's the like, well, they're not really sure. I like it. I like it. I hope that's where they're going with this. Why not? You said his acting was great. They're worried about his public image. Like it or not, Seina gives off a scandalous impression. Oh. That was indeed the case. Seina marketed himself as a scandalous, popular bachelor. Are they worried that a potential scandal will interfere with the filming? Well, not just the filming. Depending on what sort of scandal arises, it could jeopardize the entire production. Well, there's been a case where a film was completed, but its release was cancelled after the lead actor was entangled in controversy. Oh, I heard about that one on the news. Right, so I can understand their concerns. Controversy can be used to draw attention to a film and help market it, but for Makino's films, that has the opposite effect. And moreover, he's been nurturing this project for many years now. The sponsors are made up of people who are seriously passionate about the director's work, regardless of its profitability. All the more reason not to dismiss their concerns, then. Professor Asagi nodded. The director wants to move ahead with Seina, but the sponsors want to prove an actor who fits the style of the film. Hence the disagreement on casting. Can't they just make Seina promise not to cause any scandals? That would reassure the sponsors, I imagine. That'd improve his chances, but it'd still be hard for them to accept. Yeah, 'cause I promise I'm not gonna do anything bad. I mean, if your whole life is just doing bad things, how do you stop yourself? You know what I mean? In recent years, there have been numerous films involving contracts between creator and cast. However, public image of the talent's not something solved with a stroke of a pen, especially a negative one. Makes sense. Besides, outrageous behavior is part of Seina's livelihood. Whether or not he decides to abandon it for this film, the likelihood that his agency would approve of that decision is very low. Of course the agency has a say in what its talents can and can't do. And if they're marketing him as like, ooh, bad boy bachelor, then like, him going all like, wholesome family man is just, they're like, no, this is the image. And it's weird because you think about that, like, it's definitely different in Western culture, because like, I mean, I think they still do market people like that a little bit, you know what I mean? Because you think about like all the times, or like, well, like the Disney stars, like, look, they're wholesome and great, and then they just go off the fucking rails later on. And I don't think it's because they're like trash people or anything like that. It's because you were forced into this, you will be this wholesome Disney girl, wholesome Disney person that like, especially when you're young and you're growing up and like normal kids like push boundaries and do things, and you'll do little things and get in trouble, but like when you're a Disney star, you're not doing any of that shit. And then, like, when you're finally free, you just fucking snap. You know what I mean? It makes sense. And it's kind of like... So it makes sense that you have the people like, no, we're going to make him a bad boy, and you've got to be a bad boy womanizing. And he's like, I don't want to. I just want to settle down and have, like, a bucket of kids. You know what I mean? Like, you know? And I think that's part of, too, maybe, like, why he enjoys talking to us, because we're like, we don't put up with any of his bullshit, and everybody else just fawns over it, and he's like, this isn't even me, though. I'm just throwing these flirty lines, and these girls are fawning over it, and it's all just bullshit, and like, you want someone to see through that, you know? You'd want someone to be like, no, that's not how you are. I see the real you underneath that mask, you know? You want somebody to even know that you're wearing a mask. And we're still in that stage of like, I kind of feel like I've met a different side of him, but then he does this shit and we're very confused still. We haven't quite delved down deep enough, but we know that there's something under the surface. It's not just the surface of the pool. We've at least gotten like maybe cap deep, you know. We're getting ever so often we're stepping into the pond. So we know there's something else there, but we're still confused about it, you know. Because he hides it well. But anyway. If his Playboy act was something his agency dictated for him, going against that could put Seina's career in jeopardy. It just seems so odd that it's like, you will be... It'd be like me being in an industry and then being told, you have to be prim and proper and you can't swear. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Or being like, you have to be the girl that's out there and like, just walking around in a thong and pasties and like, you know... sleeping with every man. They're like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that either. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't want to be forced into being this person that you aren't, you know? It's one thing if they take, like, this is a characterization, this is like a factor of you and this, and then we craft this, and then you just kind of have to be that, and you're like, there is more to me than just these few things, but that's all anybody really sees. Like, okay, that's something, at least it's part of you. But, like, if it's not you at all, you know, that's just gotta suck. Anyway. How difficult. If possible, I'd prefer to make a film that matches the director's vision. What's your personal opinion on Seina's casting, Professor? Well, let me think. He paused for a moment, and then his lips curled into a smile. I think he's an interesting choice. When I was watching during the auditions, he was rough around the edges, but he showed flashes of brilliance. I'd say he could guide Makino's films in a new direction. Wow. But more than that, I want to see it. I'd like to observe how he acts out the characters I create. Professor Asagi agreed with Seina's casting. Even the director strongly desired it. I understand how the sponsors might feel, but despite the way Seina acts in public, he takes his work very seriously. He puts in a lot of effort behind the scenes. I hope it works out for him. My mentor smiled kindly at my murmuring. It's kind of like, this is one of those things that you should have said out loud. Like, you know, I mean, I know they're worried about his public persona, but, you know, we've seen that he puts a lot of work, puts a lot of effort into his work. He works very hard, so, you know, I feel like just saying that out loud would have been nice, but we said it in our head. Good enough. Miss Ueda, I can understand your concern for someone you befriended at camp, but do keep this conversation between us. Yes, I understand. There really isn't anything I can do. Good. Oh, Anya didn't hear this from me, but... I suppose I can't prohibit one friend from simply passing on a warning to another. A warning between friends? You mean... My eyes widened as I grasped his meaning, and his mischievous smile deepened. I love how he's like, I didn't tell you this, but I mean, if as a friend you happen to just tell Seina that maybe he shouldn't be such a playboy, I can't stop you. Because I feel like he's over there like, he knows what Makino wants and what he wants, and he's like, screw them. You go, it's off the record! Wink, wink, wink. Look at you! A little devious over here. I just want to ruffle your hair. Oh dear. He seemed to have overheard me thinking out loud. Are you enjoying this, Professor? Ah, you just winked at us! I love it! No. What part of becoming an adult's learning to accomplish things in this manner? I smiled back at him. The next day, I considered the problem over lunch in the campus dining hall. Even with my mentor's tacit approval, how should I warn Sena about this? I had Sena's ring info, so it wasn't as if he was out of reach. You can't just say it via text, though. Beware of scandals! If I message him about this, he might assume it's a joke. Plus, I didn't have the courage to text someone who'd made a career on scandal about such a sensitive topic. Oh, that was cute how they do the backspace. I'd prefer to speak to him in person. However, Sena was a popular model. He was obviously busy. I had no idea what his schedule was like, nor was I confident enough to invite him out. Why do we talk about this anyway? My frown deepened as my thoughts went in circles. You know what's funny is if he picks up his phone and like if it's like a normal text message where you're like the person's texting and then it goes away and then it's texting and it goes away and you're like, obviously she's trying to text me and like oh. Yukito's in a special issue this time too. It's about a romance from a scandalous man's point of view. Oh my god, I wish I had a hot man like that. But you'd be like just like his toy. Yukito can play with me all he wants. I love the fact that then it's talk about my boyfriend. Just look at him though. He's definitely taken. She'd better be next level or I'm gonna murder her. This is what I'm worried about. I said earlier that like Sena was giving us that look like he's gonna stab us, but he's gonna get us stabbed. A little bit different, but I'm just saying if there was a stabby one, it's not because he's gonna do it, someone else is, but he had the stabby look. It's just all of his fans. Girl, you're crazy. I thought back to Kazuma's remarks. Hey, you need to be careful if you're going to step into this industry. People like Yukito are watched constantly by the media and other women. Anything could spark a rumor. Got it? On the off chance that someone spots us together, I could get a knife in the back. Literally, I'm worried about this. I think I might get stabbed. I really said, like, this isn't the game that's gonna do it, but, like, now I'm actually thinking it might. You know, if we don't get stabbed, I wouldn't be surprised, because I'd be like, it's a light, fluffy game, we shouldn't get stabbed. But if we get stabbed, I'd also wouldn't be surprised, because, like, I'm a little concerned. But, surely Sena has to be alone with other women sometimes for work. Also, I'm a plain Jane compared to the other ladies around him, so there's no way people would get the wrong idea. Hirari did. God, I'm such an idiot. Maybe I'm being overly self-conscious. My super adorable girlfriend. Yeah, no, if he comes in talking like that, I'm 100% going to get murdered. It's like such a light, fluffy game, and you're like, but it is a legit concern. Ugh, what should I do? Oh, a text? Who's it from? Sena. Sender, Yukito Sena. When his name showed up in the push notification, I instinctively hid my phone with both hands. What horrible timing! I had no reason to think I was being watched, but I tried to sneak a peek at the screen. Where are you? What you up to? Why would he ask that? Thought for a moment before responding, eating lunch at school. Focus on your job! No, I'm eating lunch at school. Yes, okay. Eating lunch at school? He liked that because we told him the truth. Okay, perfect timing. I'll call you right now. He's gonna call? He didn't even waste a second. It's already ringing. Gah, too late. Hello, Ueda here. Miss Spacey, I need your help. It's an emergency. Huh? All right. I don't know where our actual... Okay, hold on. Our pretend time's coming up. We have 3, 4, 5... We have 5 save files. Okay, to do. So, I'm going to save here. We're not ending, don't worry. I'm just like, okay, I lost myself in my... Oh, that's true. I did that, but I wasn't thinking that we're going to have one for Professor Asaki. But... Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to save there, so when we go to save file, when we need to open save file 1, we won't have to, because it's going to do that. It's a pretend time, you want to save? No, not bothering. Not doing that. We'll be able to skip it, so we'll just skip from here. Unless I find a place that when we're getting closer to the pretend time seems better. Like, oh, it's about to happen and I can save before. But I just want to make sure we don't get into the place we were with Makino where we can't skip the pretend times. This is the place Sana mentioned, right? Out of breath, I looked around and desperately tried to find him. Just then I noticed a small crowd watching on from afar. They could have been mistaken for a camera crew. Are they filming something here? Upon closer inspection, I saw some had very fancy cameras, while others were excitedly talking on their phones. Actually, we probably should have stopped there, because we're probably at time, aren't we? We really are. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go... Shh. I'm just gonna go right back here, and we're gonna stop. I wasn't even paying attention, and it's like, okay, just pretend I didn't read that. We'll do that again in the next part. Shh, you didn't see that, you didn't hear it, you're crazy, I don't know what you're talking about. Because I just glanced at the clock and I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. So we'll technically stop here. And that's perfect, so we've already saved, so I don't have to worry about it. And my save file is my save file. Perfect. And like I said, if I find some place that's closer to, you know, the pretend time and not at the pretend time, I'll save over, but we'll be fine. But anyway, we will continue and, yeah, hopefully get... Well, we will get our pretend time next time. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.